Now, Luce Cannon and Bricc Baby, they're guys who usually go on the No Jumper platform, talk all the time, do interviews, similar to yourself. But Bricc Baby specifically was an employee. When you saw this whole Rolling 60 Operation Drawdown indictment, what did you think?
It was crazy to say the least. Okay, so that was crazy. I ain't gonna say that I was surprised. You feel me? Me seeing Big U, Bricc Baby and Luce Cannon get hit with that RICO, I wasn't surprised like that, bro. I've been had my suspicions of Big U, you feel me? I kind of been felt he wasn't really this community activist, youth mentor, like football coach. I already knew he had an ulterior motive, but, I do YouTube and do content, but my job still is not to help the FBI. So, I didn't speak on a lot of, but it is what it is, bro. But what's crazy, what's shocking to me, though? That if you know that they're really doing it, you feel me? They're really doing stuff on the streets, right? So why would you even want to be on the internet? That's what I don't get, bro. Big U got a podcast called Checking In. If you really got people on the streets checking in, why would you have a podcast called Checking In? That don't make no sense to me.
And what's crazy is they played it up on No Jumper and on a lot of the platforms to the point where I thought Luce Cannon, Bricc Baby, and Big U, I thought they didn't all like each other. But they sure enough got wrapped up together, so maybe they were just playing that up for the camera. Do you think?
I'm for sure that all of them was close at one point in time, but I think Luce Cannon started getting used by Big U low key. Like Luce Cannon doing, making moves and making plays, but he wasn't getting paid. So I think that's what really made him start having like this aggression and this disdain and hate for Big U. Now, Bricc Baby, from what I heard, Bricc Baby already been having like interactions with that dude for the longest. You feel me? It might not be all on the internet, but they intertwined. And
it's crazy to think about that, bro, because Bricc Baby is on No Jumper almost every day. You know what I mean? It's like every day, but the weekends and whatnot. You'll see Bricc Baby up there on the news. You'll see him on the weekly show. And now he's wrapped up in this investigation. We come to find out a lot more about his other cases that he had. What did you think about that?
Like I said, I don't get it, bro. If I know that I'm really outside and I'm extorting rappers, NFL players, entertainers, whoever I can extort, whoever I can get money off of, if I'm robbing people, if I'm setting people up, getting a jury, I'm not going to be working for no podcast company on the camera. It just don't make sense, bro. But then it goes back to people using narcotics. You feel me? It's the narcotics that got them comfortable moving any kind of way. And he just all over the place, bro. He all over the place.
That's wild, man. So I've seen a lot of the comments and people in the comment section a lot talk about the fact that Bricc Baby, man, he seemed like he's under the influence. He's getting off topic. He's doing stuff that's just wild. But to the point where you're putting your face out there on a podcast every week and you got all these cases hanging over your head, it just doesn't seem like a smart move.
It's not a smart move for a gangbanger, active street member, a criminal, or anything like that to get on the camera, bro. It's not a good idea. And I seen the clip where Luce Cannon was on No Jumper speaking about Big U having him run up and rob a weed dispensary, right? I have been seeing this clip, but it's just certain I don't really want to post or I don't want to cover like that, like 600 real quick. He was going off on Big U like before Big U even got arrested by the feds, saying, yeah, Big U is guilty of a murder of a football player, a rapper that was signed to his label, like the DNA matches, and he's saying on the internet. I'm not gonna get on the internet and discuss no open murder with the information having been given to the public. Like if it's the PMD Rock or something like that and the news is already talking about it, maybe that's different. But for me to just be like getting some information from Lord knows who, I don't know if it's the Boys in Blue, I don't know if it's the People family, but he getting this information that ain't public and he's talking about it. And you can't do that when you're a gangster, bro. But what's real shocking, and I'm thinking, it's like how he didn't get hit with no type of indictment. Either he wasn't really kicking up no dust doing, or he a part of this. You feel me? Because how you ain't get hit with no indictment?
When it comes to 600, he's done a lot of trolling, bruh. And he definitely has put it out there that, he's been on Big U's heels. And for a lot of people, and I've talked to people on and off camera about this, like Big U, like no matter what, his name held a lot of weight where they're from. Like I'm talking about like to the point where some people are even, they were apprehensive about talking about him on camera. So for 600 to be trolling him so hard, do you think it's a possibility he knew the indictment might have been coming?
No, I mean, I low key, like, I don't know. I had posted a video on my Instagram of him, like, claiming the police called him and he talked to the police and then he went to the station and they gave him like this little badge chain. Like when he do stuff like that, bro, like no real street individual, no gangster, no Crib Blood, Hoover, GD, BD, gangster disciple, whoever, bro, they're not going to troll and play like they the police, bro. He could have, but it's just, he's not scared of him because he's not going over there. That's all it is, bro. Like if he was still actively hanging outside on Slauson and Crenshaw, he would not be on the internet doing this because, from what the FBI calling him gang leader, youth activist, youth mentor, Big U wouldn't have been going for that. He would have been getting people to apply pressure like he applied pressure on Nipsey when Khaled went over there, which is crazy to me. But, these old heads be hating, bro, when they can't control you. But see, I know 600 been going at Big Useless for a while, and it's only because he said that Big U called him a rat. He said he was a rat because he was able to get a legal gun, and he just couldn't understand how 600 could get a legal gun. But if you have never been convicted of any crimes, or if you don't even have misdemeanor convictions and you got them expunged, and it ain't no crazy. Like if I got caught with some weed 6 years ago, there was a misdemeanor and I've been got it expunged, I probably can get a legal firearm if I go through the right steps and I'm a security guard like 600 is. But it just be the old heads.
Yeah, that's correct. Because getting a legal gun is just basically putting your name attached to that gun. You know what I mean? And showing you're a law-abiding citizen.
But you can't get no carried and concealed. How 600 be how he be trying to carry it and flashing it and showing it. But he's a fake security guard, bodyguard like that. So when he got the gun, I didn't say, oh, he the feds, but I don't know. A lot of it just seemed like, what I believe in my head. I'm like, the feds was already getting on Big U, right? And maybe they knew Lovejoy was from over there. Like maybe he lived over there. And I just feel like some way they put Lovejoy and Big U together. And cause they knew that Big U would want to have like a person like 600 on his team, this big old professional boxer. That's another extorter allegedly for him. You feel me? So I don't know, bro. That happened before.
Yeah, there's a lot of different plays, man. And I've been blogging and watching and reading paperwork for a long time, just trying to understand the method that the feds and all these people use. And it's been so many different things that they do, man. And that's not above something that they would do. So it's like,
I seen them do this. I know. I had a homegirl that I lived 2 houses from when I was growing up. Her brother got took down like that. Like they knew that he'd sit on his porch and he'd try to holler at every girl that passed by. So they got a bomb-looking good girl to walk by. He hollered. It just went from there, and she was the FBI. He got 15 years over that.
Yep. No, I've seen that several times. Yep. That's scam, they call it, right? Or something like that. But, man, with this situation, and I want to get into a couple of these situations one by one, but before I do, I want to talk about something with one of the people who was listed in this indictment. So you got Luce Cannon, right? Now, Luce Cannon was random, man. And go with me on this one. I don't know if you saw it, but Luce Cannon was in Barstow for some reason. And while he was in Barstow, he ran into none other than Cowboy. And once Cowboy saw him, Cowboy stole on Luce Cannon, man. Did you see that situation?
Yeah, I posted on my social media. That's crazy, but people saying like, how did this happen? Like, bro, like a lot of people coming from LA and back and forth to Vegas on the daily, bro. They might have stopped at the same gas station that that they was at. But that is like crazy, like damn. So they just in like Barstow and they run into each other. But it's probably only one gas station that everybody go to right there. So yeah, but
it is. You've been from LA to Vegas before, right? There's only a couple of gas stations. There's that one there in Barstow. Then there's one in Baker that you have to stop at. So those two you got to stop at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Luce Cannon is a real sweetie pie from what I seen. You feel me? Because when I first seen it, I seen the clip of him saying, yeah, Cowboy just ran from the fade when I was putting my shoes on. But then after I seen that, I seen another video where Cowboy is like, you could see him kind of not seeing, but you can hear him and it's him recording and Cowboy is on Luce Cannon, like, yeah, cuz on hood. And it's like Luce Cannon is walking inside of a building kind of like fast. But I don't know. I seen his explanation. You know, they saying that the dude that was on camera with Luce Cannon was had a flat tire by Cowboy and Cowboy driving tow trucks out there. So he was going to tow the car. And then the man started screaming, saying, my baby here, my baby here. And so that's why they didn't fight, or that's why Luce Cannon left. But I don't know, bro.
Yeah. Now, on the video that you're referencing, it did look bad because Luce Cannon ducked back in the store. He said something about some but I didn't hear him say that. It looked like he ducked back in the store. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm going to be honest, though, bro. You know, they say Cowboy could fight and all that. But do you honestly think Cowboy is going to be able to whoop Luce Cannon? Like, just, I mean, like, I just don't see it happening low key. Like, and Cowboy is skinny, bro. So I just think, I don't know. I think Luce Cannon get him, but Luce Cannon be talking all this like high power shit, and yeah, I just felt like he be talking, so he should have crashed out. Like he should have just went all the way there. But you know, it is what it is. I guess he didn't do it because the man baby was in the car and the car was on the flatbed. So I don't know.
Yeah, it seemed like he had a valid reason. And when it comes to, I think Cowboy's like 60 years old, bro. Like he's getting close to 60 or something like that. And I think Luce Cannon, like on a fair one up, you know, he probably could handle him. But the fact that he got stole, he got snuck, you know, that always shocks you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've been snuck before, but you know, it ain't easy sometimes bouncing back from that and making the best decisions.
Well, he didn't put him down. I mean, he didn't look hurt to me. I don't think he dropped him with it, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like he should have like he should have crashed out, bro. The way he be talking, but he a real sweetie pie. He lucky that it's a federal case they caught and he ain't in the county jail right now. Cause I don't know how it is when you get locked up downtown federal if they running fades and all that, like the county. Cause I ain't never been there, but and I don't really know too many people. I know people that have been to the feds, but I ain't really never I ain't never asked them about that. I don't think they really in there fighting.
I can tell you this much. I did an interview with Crip Mac while he was locked up in the feds holding after he had accepted his sentence. You know what I mean? It's on my page. And he was running fades in there. You know what I'm saying? He was still running fades in there, you know, because a lot of the cats who are in the LA, MDC or whatever they call it for federal holding, a lot of those guys are from LA gangs or whatever. So they still politic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, well, you know, I hope he ain't running and saying he need his shoes in there, bro, because he probably gonna have a lot of fades. And what if him and Big U land in the same park? I don't think they gonna do that, though. They probably gonna like separate them, but because that'll be crazy.